Call off. Cancel. They had to call off the game due to rain. The manager decided to call off the meeting. Ask for. Request. You should ask for help if you're struggling. He went to the counter to ask for a refund. Look for. Search. I'm looking for my keys. Have you seen them? She's looking for a new apartment. Get back. Return. I'll get back from the store in an hour. Please get back to me with your answer. Cut down. Reduce. He's trying to cut down on sugar. We need to cut down the expenses this month. Blow up. Explode. The balloon will blow up if you keep inflating it. The car blew up in the middle of the street. Take out. Remove. Please take out the trash before dinner. She had to take out her contact lenses. Take off. Remove. He always takes off his shoes at the door. She took off her hat when she entered the house. Go ahead. Proceed. You can go ahead and start without me. After discussing, they decided to go ahead with the plan. Keep on. Continue. She keeps on asking the same question. If you keep on practicing, you'll improve. Get over. Recover. It took her weeks to get over the flu. He's trying to get over his fear of heights. Figure out. Solve. I can't figure out this math problem. Let's figure out a way to fix the issue. Bring up. Mention. She brought up an interesting point during the discussion. Please don't bring up that topic at the meeting. Deal with. Handle. I'll deal with this issue later. She's learning to deal with difficult customers. Get in. To enter. They couldn't get in because the door was locked. She got in the car and drove off. Get out. To leave. He told everyone to get out of the room immediately. She needs to get out of the house more often. Find out. Discover. I just found out about the surprise party. He was happy to find out the truth about the situation. Come in. To enter. Please come in and have a seat. She came in quietly so as not to disturb anyone. Check in. Register. They checked in at the hotel around noon. Don't forget to check in for your flight online. Carry on. Continue. The teacher told them to carry on with their work. Even after the interruption, they carried on talking. Work out. Exercise. He likes to work out at the gym every morning. Regularly working out can improve your health. Throw up. To vomit. She felt sick and threw up after eating too much candy. The baby threw up all over the couch. Throw away. Discard. Don't forget to throw away the trash after the party. She threw away her old clothes to make space. Put away. To store. Please put away your toys before dinner. He put away the groceries in the fridge. Mix up. To confuse. I always mix up their names because they look alike. She accidentally mixed up the files on her desk. Hang out. Spend time. We like to hang out at the mall on weekends. He's hanging out with his friends at the park. Get away. To escape. The thieves managed to get away before the police arrived. He wants to get away for a few days to relax. Give up. Stop trying. Don't give up on your dreams. She finally gave up after hours of trying. Take away, to remove. They took away his phone as punishment. The waiter took away the empty plates. Come back, to return. She promised to come back in an hour. He'll come back to visit next summer. Sit down, take a seat. Please sit down and relax for a moment. He sat down on the chair near the window. Drop by, visit briefly. I'll drop by your office later to say hello. They often drop by without calling first. Come up with, think of. She came up with a brilliant idea for the project. He's trying to come up with a solution to the problem. Write down, to record. Don't forget to write down the instructions. He wrote down the address on a piece of paper. Talk over, to discuss. Let's talk over the plan before making a decision. She wants to talk over the issue with her manager. Wake up, stop sleeping. I usually wake up at 7 a.m. every day. He woke up late and missed the bus. Run out, have none left. We've run out of sugar, can you buy some? She panicked when her car ran out of gas. Hold back, to restrain. He tried to hold back his tears during the speech. The police had to hold back the crowd, fall down, to collapse. The old tree fell down during the storm. He tripped and fell down on the sidewalk. Point out, to indicate. She pointed out the mistake in his report. The guide pointed out the landmarks on the tour. Let down, to disappoint. He felt bad for letting down his team. Don't let down your friends when they need you. Look after, take care of. She has to look after her younger siblings. Can you look after my cat while I'm away? Grow up, become an adult. He wants to be a pilot when he grows up. They've known each other since they were kids and grew up together. Look out, to be careful. Look out for cars when crossing the street. He shouted, "Look out!" just before the vase fell. Break down, stop working. The car broke down on the way to work. My computer broke down, so I couldn't finish the report. Check out, leave a hotel. We need to check out of the hotel by noon. Don't forget to check out at the front desk before leaving. Pick up, lift or collect. He picked up the book from the floor. Can you pick up some milk on your way home? Turn on, start something. Please turn on the lights, it's getting dark. He turned on the TV to watch the news. Dress up, wear nice clothes. They love to dress up for Halloween parties. You don't need to dress up. It's a casual event. Take apart, to disassemble. He took apart the clock to see how it worked. She took apart the bike to clean it thoroughly. Look forward to, anticipate. I'm looking forward to the weekend. She's looking forward to visiting her grandparents. Fill out, complete a form. Don't forget to fill out the application form. He filled out all the necessary documents for the job. Stand up, rise to your feet. The audience stood up to applaud the performance. Please stand up when the teacher enters the room. Take over, to take control. She will take over the project starting next week. The company was taken over by a larger corporation. Come across, find by chance. I came across an old photo while cleaning the attic. He came across as a very friendly person during the interview. Eat out, eat at a restaurant. They love to eat out at Italian restaurants. We decided to eat out instead of cooking tonight. Work on, to focus on a task. She's working on her final project for school. He needs to work on improving his writing skills. Show off, to display proudly. He likes to show off his new car to everyone. She always shows off her dance moves at parties. Hang up to end a phone call. She accidentally hung up before saying goodbye. He hung up the phone after the argument. Catch up, reach the same point. I need to catch up on my assignments. Let's have coffee and catch up this weekend. Go back, to return to a place. I want to go back to the park we visited last week. She decided to go back home after the party. Use up, to consume completely. We used up all the flour while baking. Don't use up all the hot water in the shower. Cut off to stop or interrupt. The storm cut off the power for several hours. He was cut off while speaking on the phone. Turn down to reject or lower. She turned down his job offer. Can you turn down the volume? It's too loud. Run into, to meet by accident. I ran into an old friend at the grocery store. He ran into trouble while hiking in the mountains. Settle down, to become stable. They want to settle down in a small town. He's looking forward to settling down after college. Work out, to solve or exercise. She's trying to work out the math problem. He goes to the gym every morning to work out. Look up, search for information. I'll look up the answer online. He looked up the meaning of the word in the dictionary. Pay back, to return money owed. He promised to pay back the loan by next month. She's slowly paying back the money she borrowed. Turn up to increase or appear. Can you turn up the heater? It's freezing. He didn't turn up to the meeting as expected. Fill in to complete by writing. She asked me to fill in the blank spaces on the form. I'll fill in for my colleague while he's on vacation. Run over, to hit with a vehicle. The car almost ran over a squirrel on the road. He accidentally ran over his neighbor's bike. Break up, to end a relationship. They decided to break up after years of dating. The couple broke up because of constant arguments. Check out, to look at or examine. Let's check out that new restaurant downtown. She's going to check out the sale at the mall. Fall apart, to break into pieces. The chair fell apart when I tried to sit on it. Their plans fell apart due to unexpected events. Warm up, to prepare for exercise. You should warm up before running to avoid injury. The team spent 10 minutes warming up before the game. Turn around, to change direction. The driver had to turn around because of the traffic jam. He turned around to see who was calling him. Keep away, to stay at a distance. Keep away from the edge of the cliff. The sign said to keep away from the construction site. Call back to return a phone call. I'll call back after I finish this meeting. She forgot to call back yesterday. Keep up, to maintain the same pace. He walks so fast, I can't keep up with him. If you keep up the hard work, you'll succeed. Get along, have a good relationship. They get along well despite their differences. She doesn't get along with her younger brother. Turn off, stop something from working. Please turn off the lights when you leave. He forgot to turn off the stove after cooking. Give away, to donate or give for free. She decided to give away her old clothes to charity. He gave away free samples to promote his new product. Look down on, to think less of someone. She doesn't look down on people who have less money. It's wrong to look down on others for their choices. Make out, to understand or see clearly. I couldn't make out what he was saying because of the noise. Can you make out that sign in the distance? Drop off, to deliver or leave something. I'll drop off the package at the post office. She dropped off her kids at school before work. Wear out, to exhaust or become unusable. My shoes are worn out after years of use. The long day at work wore me out completely. End up, to eventually reach or conclude. We ended up taking a taxi because the bus was late. He ended up becoming a teacher despite his original plans. Go out, to leave home for a social event. They love to go out on Friday nights. Let's go out for dinner tonight. Calm down, to relax or become less agitated. He needs to calm down before making a decision. She tried to calm down the upset child. Bring back, to return something or to recall memories. Don't forget to bring back the books you borrowed. This song brings back so many childhood memories. Look up to admire. He looks up to his older brother for guidance. She has always looked up to her parents as role models. English phrasal verbs, meanings and examples, Volume 2. Hold on, wait. Hold on a minute, I'll be right back. Hold on while I grab my coat. Put off delay. We had to put off the meeting until next week. Don't put off your homework until tomorrow. Pass away. Die. Her grandmother passed away last night. He was very sad when his dog passed away. Go over, review. Let's go over the homework together. Can you go over the instructions again? Hand in, submit. I need to hand in my report by 5 p.m. She handed in her assignment on time. Pass out, faint. He passed out from the heat. I almost passed out after running so far. Show off, boast. She likes to show off her new shoes. He always shows off at school. Look for, search. I'm looking for my keys. She's looking for a new job. Cut down, reduce. We need to cut down on sugar. They decided to cut down the tree. Pick out, choose. I can't decide which dress to pick out. He picked out the red one. Call off, cancel. They had to call off the party because of rain. The teacher called off the test. Go after, pursue. She's going to go after her dreams. He decided to go after the job he wanted. Run away, escape. The dog tried to run away from the yard. He wanted to run away from home. Turn on, activate. Can you turn on the lights? I turned on the TV to watch the news. Go ahead, proceed. Go ahead and start without me. If you're ready, go ahead with your presentation. Carry on, continue. Please carry on with your work. She carried on speaking despite the interruption. Bring down, reduce. The new law aims to bring down taxes. The team worked hard to bring down the costs. Find out, discover. I'm going to find out what happened. She found out the truth about the surprise party. Cut off, disconnect. The phone call was suddenly cut off. They cut off the electricity for repairs. Take after, resemble. She takes after her mother in looks. You really take after your father. Give up, stop trying, don't give up on your dreams. He was about to give up when he finally succeeded. Wait for, anticipate. I'm waiting for my friends to arrive. We had to wait for the bus in the rain. Look after, care for. She looks after her younger brother. Who will look after the dog while you're away? Fill up, become full. The gas tank filled up quickly. The room filled up with people at the party. Put up with, tolerate. I can't put up with this noise anymore. She had to put up with her rude co-worker. Look out, be cautious. Look out for cars when crossing the street. Look out, there's a puddle. Wake up, become alert. I usually wake up at 7 a.m. It's hard for me to wake up early. Hold up, delay or rob. The traffic held up our journey. A man tried to hold up the bank. Sit down, take a seat. Please sit down and relax. I'm tired, let's sit down for a while. Call up, phone someone. I'll call up my friend tonight. She called up the office to confirm. Drop by, visit briefly. He'll drop by the office later. I'm going to drop by my aunt's house. Look into, investigate. The police will look into the matter. I need to look into that new restaurant. Get along, be friendly. They get along really well. I'm happy they get along with each other. Keep on, continue doing. Keep on practicing, and you'll get better. He keeps on asking the same question. Make up for, compensate. I'll make up for the missed class next week. He tried to make up for his mistake. Put on wear or organize. I put on my jacket because it's cold. They put on a great show last night. Look after. Take care of. She will look after the children today. I need to look after my plants while I'm away. Work on, focus effort on. I'm going to work on my English skills. She's been working on the new project all day. Use up, consume entirely. I've used up all the sugar. We used up all the milk for the recipe. Break in, enter by force. Someone tried to break in last night. They had to break in through the back door. Write up, create a report. I need to write up the meeting notes. She wrote up the proposal for her boss. Get by, survive or manage. I can get by with just a few clothes. He doesn't have much money, but he gets by. Show up, arrive or appear. She didn't show up for the meeting. We were waiting for hours, but he didn't show up. Take off, remove or depart. Please take off your shoes before entering. The plane will take off in 10 minutes. Leave out, omit or exclude. Don't leave out any important details. He accidentally left out my name from the list. Set aside, reserve or save. Set aside some time for study. She set aside money for a vacation. Burn out, become exhausted. He burnt out after working long hours. Be careful not to burn out at work. Turn down, reject or lower. He turned down the job offer. She turned down the music because it was too loud. Run into, meet by accident. I ran into an old friend at the store. We ran into some trouble on our trip. Back up, support or reverse. I need you to back up your claim. Can you back up a little? Give away, donate or reveal. She decided to give away her old clothes. He gave away the surprise at the party. Come across, find by chance. I came across an interesting book in the library. She came across some old photos in the attic. Get together, meet socially. Let's get together for lunch tomorrow. We should get together soon to catch up. Turn up, arrive or increase. She didn't turn up for her appointment. He turned up the volume on the TV. Pick on, bully or criticize. Stop picking on your little brother. He always picks on the new kid at school. Sort out, organize or solve. I need to sort out my closet this weekend. We have to sort out the problem before it gets worse. Give in, surrender or yield. She didn't want to give in to the pressure. After hours of arguing, he finally gave in. Knock out, make unconscious. The punch knocked him out cold. The boxer knocked out his opponent in the second round. Cut back, reduce consumption. We need to cut back on spending this month. She's trying to cut back on her caffeine intake. Make up, invent, or reconcile. He made up an excuse for being late. They had an argument, but they made up later. Close down, shut permanently. The restaurant decided to close down for good. Due to the pandemic, many businesses closed down. Take back, retract or return. She had to take back her words after realizing she was wrong. I need to take back this shirt because it doesn't fit. Fall through failed to happen. The plans for the party fell through at the last minute. The deal fell through because of a disagreement. Put aside, save or set apart. She put aside some money for emergencies. They decided to put aside their differences and work together. Turn off, stop, or deactivate. Please turn off the lights when you leave. He turned off the TV because it was too loud. Turn in, submit, or go to bed. Don't forget to turn in your report by Friday. I'm tired, so I'm going to turn in early tonight. Set up, arrange, or establish. They set up a meeting for tomorrow. We need to set up the equipment before the event. Write down, record in writing. Please write down your name and email address. I wrote down all the important points from the lecture. Pass out, faint, or distribute. She passed out after running the marathon. The teacher passed out the test papers. Eat out, dine at a restaurant. We love to eat out on the weekends. They decided to eat out at a new place tonight. Go through, endure, or examine. He had to go through a lot of struggles to succeed. We need to go through the documents before signing. Put up, provide accommodation. They put us up in a nice hotel for the weekend. We'll put you up for the night if you need a place to stay. Look back, reflect on the past. She often looks back at her childhood memories. It's important to look back on your experiences and learn from them. Call back. Return a phone call. I'll call you back later. He didn't answer, so I'll call him back in an hour. Think over, consider carefully. You should think over your decision before acting. She had to think over the proposal for a few days. Figure out, understand, or solve. I can't figure out how to fix this problem. She finally figured out the solution to the puzzle. Ask around. Ask multiple people. I'll ask around to see if anyone knows the answer. He asked around for directions, but no one knew. Put down, criticize, or euthanize. Stop putting down your colleagues. They had to put down the dog due to illness. Carry out, perform, or accomplish. The team will carry out the project by next week. He carried out the experiment successfully. Come up with, think of, or create. I need to come up with a new idea for the project. She came up with a clever solution to the problem. Come out. Be revealed or released. The truth will come out eventually. His new book will come out next month. Hang out. Spend time with friends. We like to hang out at the mall on weekends. They hung out at the park all afternoon. Bring up, mention, or raise a child. I didn't want to bring up the topic of politics. She brought up her children to be kind and honest. Run out of, use up all of something. We ran out of milk, so I need to buy some. I ran out of time before finishing the project. Move on. Continue after an obstacle. It's time to move on from the past. After the accident, she was able to move on and heal. drop out, leave school or a program. He decided to drop out of college to start his own business. She dropped out of the program after the first semester. Bring up, raise a subject or a child. He brought up an important issue during the meeting. They brought up their children with strong values. Do without, manage without something. I can do without sugar in my coffee. We'll have to do without the extra supplies for now. Check out of, leave or pay at a hotel. We need to check out of the hotel by 11 a.m. After breakfast, they checked out of the hotel. Stand up, rise from a seated position. Please stand up when the teacher enters the room. He stood up to give his presentation. Work out, exercise, or find a solution. I like to work out at the gym in the mornings. We need to work out the details of the plan. Fall for, be deceived, or fall in love. She fell for his charm immediately. I can't believe I fell for that scam. Blow away, impress, or carry away by wind. The performance really blew me away. The strong winds blew away the leaves. Turn around, change direction or improve. The driver had to turn around because of the roadblock. Sales really turned around after the new campaign. Keep up with, stay informed or match pace. It's hard to keep up with all the new technology. He was fast enough to keep up with the group. Take out, remove or bring someone on a date. He's going to take out the trash. She asked him to take her out for dinner. Look forward to, anticipate with excitement. I look forward to the weekend every week. We look forward to your visit next month. Break down, stop working, or become emotional. The car broke down on the highway. She broke down in tears after hearing the news. Check in, register or arrive at a hotel airport. We need to check in at the airport 2 hours before the flight. I'll check in with you later to see how you're doing. Keep up, maintain, or stay at the same pace. I can't keep up with all the changes at work. He's trying to keep up with his studies while working full-time. English phrasal verbs, meanings and example. 3. Give up, quit. He decided to give up smoking for his health. Don't give up on your dreams. Come up, arise. A new opportunity has come up at work. The question came up during the meeting. Kick off, begin. The event will kick off at 10 a.m. They kicked off the campaign with a big celebration. Gear up. Prepare. We need to gear up for the winter season. She's gearing up for her final exams. Get over, recover. It took him a while to get over the flu. She couldn't get over the surprise party. Sum up, summarize. Can you sum up the main points for me? He summed up the discussion in a few words. Iron out, resolve. We need to iron out the details before signing the contract. They are trying to iron out their differences. Look up to, admire. Many students look up to their teacher. He has always looked up to his older brother. Carry on, continue. Let's carry on with the project. She told him to carry on despite the challenges. Head for, go toward. We're heading for the beach this weekend. The storm is heading for the coast. Cut down on, reduce. I'm trying to cut down on sugar. They need to cut down on expenses. Hold back, restrain. She couldn't hold back her tears. The police tried to hold back the crowd. Chip in, contribute. Everyone decided to chip in for the gift. We all chipped in to buy a cake. Run out of, deplete. We've run out of milk. She ran out of ideas for the project. Talk into, persuade. He talked her into going to the party. They tried to talk him into joining the team. Let down, disappoint. I didn't mean to let you down. The movie let us down because it wasn't as good as expected. Nod off, fall asleep. He nodded off during the lecture. I almost nodded off while reading the book. Stand up for, defend. You should stand up for your rights. He always stands up for his friends. Zone out, lose focus. I tend to zone out during long meetings. She zoned out while staring at the window. Zero in on, focus on. The team needs to zero in on the problem. He zeroed in on his goal and worked hard to achieve it. See off, say goodbye. We went to the airport to see off our friends. She waved as they saw her off at the station. Put up with, tolerate. I can't put up with this noise anymore. She had to put up with his bad behavior. Speak up, talk louder. Please speak up, I can't hear you. He spoke up to voice his concerns. Watch out, be careful. Watch out for cars when crossing the road. You need to watch out for scams online. Run off, leave quickly. She ran off to catch her bus. The thief ran off before anyone could stop him. Mess up, make a mistake. I don't want to mess up this presentation. He messed up the recipe and had to start over. Make up for, compensate. I'll make up for being late by working extra hours. She tried to make up for her mistake with an apology. Come in, enter or arrive. Please come in and have a seat. The train came in right on time. Fall behind, not keep up. He fell behind in his studies after missing classes. The runner fell behind the rest of the group. Cheer up, become happier, cheer up. Things will get better soon. She tried to cheer up her friend with a joke. End up, eventually reach. If you don't study, you'll end up failing the test. We ended up staying at home because of the rain. Stand out, be noticeable. Her bright red coat made her stand out in the crowd. His artwork really stands out among the others. Ease off, reduce or relax. The pain will ease off after taking the medicine. Traffic eased off as we got closer to the city. Reel in, attract or catch. He managed to reel in a big fish on his first try. The shop's discounts are designed to reel in customers. Pick up, learn or collect. She's starting to pick up some Spanish words. Can you pick up the kids from school? Keep to, follow or adhere. Let's keep to the plan and not make any changes. She always keeps to her promises. Take over, assume control. He will take over the family business next year. The new manager took over the project last week. Bump into, meet by chance. I bumped into an old friend at the mall. She often bumps into her neighbors at the park. Talk back. Respond rudely. Don't talk back to your teacher. He got in trouble for talking back to his parents. Do up, fasten or renovate. She asked me to do up the buttons on her dress. They plan to do up the old house next year. Drop by, visit informally. You can drop by my office any time. They dropped by to see how we were doing. Use up, consume completely. Don't use up all the milk. We need some for breakfast. He used up all his savings to buy a new car. Settle down, become stable. They decided to settle down in the countryside. After moving often, she finally settled down in one city. Come down with become ill. I think I'm coming down with a cold. She came down with the flu last week. Turn up, appear, or increase. She didn't turn up for the meeting. Can you turn up the volume on the TV? Pick on, bully, or criticize. The teacher told them not to pick on their classmates. He was often picked on because of his glasses. Come across, find by chance. I came across an old photo album in the attic. She came across as very friendly during the interview. Wait on, serve or attend to. The waiter waited on us quickly at the restaurant. She waits on her grandmother every weekend. Break up, end a relationship. They decided to break up after 5 years together. The loud music broke up the serious discussion. Check off markers completed. I checked off the tasks on my to-do list. Don't forget to check off the items you've packed. Call out, shout, or criticize. She called out his name to get his attention. The coach called out the player for not trying hard enough. Wind down, relax after stress. After the long trip, they needed time to wind down. The company decided to wind down its operations, fall apart, break into pieces. The chair fell apart after years of use. She fell apart when she heard the bad news. Sort out, organize or resolve. We need to sort out this mess before the guests arrive. He helped me sort out my schedule for the week. Hang on, wait or hold tightly. Hang on, I'll be ready in a minute. He told her to hang on to the railing for safety. Live up to, meet expectations. The movie didn't live up to my expectations. He works hard to live up to his family's standards. Keep away, maintain a distance. Keep away from the edge of the cliff. They were told to keep away from the construction site. Hold on, wait or grasp tightly. Hold on. I need to grab my bag. He held on to the rope during the climb. Get by, manage with difficulty. We can get by with just one car for now. He barely gets by on his small salary. Let off, release, or not punish. The police let him off with a warning. They let off fireworks to celebrate the event. Back down, withdraw, or concede. She refused to back down during the argument. He had to back down when he realized he was wrong. Drag on, continue for too long. The meeting dragged on for hours. His explanation dragged on and everyone got bored. Figure out, understand, or solve. I need to figure out how to fix this problem. She finally figured out the answer to the puzzle. Go off, explode, or make a sound. The alarm went off at 6 a.m. The bomb went off, causing damage to the building. Put across, communicate clearly. She managed to put across her point effectively. He struggled to put across his ideas during the meeting. Hold down, keep a job or control. He's been able to hold down a steady job for years. She held down the papers to prevent them from blowing away. Get away with escape punishment. He got away with cheating on the test. They tried to get away with not paying the bill. Drop off, deliver, or fall asleep. Can you drop off this package at the post office? She dropped off while watching the movie. Take off, leave quickly, or remove. He took off his jacket as it was warm inside. The plane took off on time this morning. Move on, leave behind, or progress. It's time to move on from the past. After the meeting, we moved on to the next topic. Clear up, explain, or become sunny. Can you clear up this misunderstanding? The weather cleared up just in time for the picnic. Jump in, join quickly, or interrupt. I'll jump in to help if you need me. She jumped in during the conversation with her opinion. Bring up, mention, or raise a child. He brought up an interesting point in the discussion. She was brought up in a small town. Opt out, choose not to participate. He decided to opt out of the competition. Employees can opt out of the company health plan. Play down, minimize the importance. She tried to play down her role in the success. They played down the severity of the situation. Tracked down, find after a long search. The police were able to track down the suspect. I finally tracked down the book I was looking for. Back out, withdraw from an agreement. They decided to back out of the deal at the last minute. He always backs out of his promises. Write off, consider a loss or failure. The company had to write off some bad debts. They wrote off the car after the accident. Lay down, establish rules, or surrender. The manager laid down new guidelines for the team. The soldiers were ordered to lay down their weapons, catch on, understand, or become popular. She didn't catch on to the joke until later. This new fashion trend is starting to catch on. Pass on, refuse, or give to someone else. I think I'll pass on dessert tonight. She passed on her old clothes to her younger sister. Brush up on, improve knowledge or skill. I need to brush up on my Spanish before the trip. He's brushing up on his coding skills for the job interview. Get along with, have a good relationship. She gets along with everyone in her class. I've always gotten along with my co-workers. Give away, reveal, or distribute for free. He accidentally gave away the surprise. They're giving away free samples at the store. Open up, become accessible, or talk freely. The new restaurant will open up next month. He finally opened up about his feelings. Narrow down, reduce the number of options. We need to narrow down the list of candidates. She's narrowing down her choices for colleges. Mess around, waste time, or behave foolishly. Stop messing around and do your homework. They were messing around with the new equipment. Make out, see, or understand with difficulty. I can't make out the writing on the sign. He could barely make out what she was saying. Blow over, pass without serious consequences. The storm will soon blow over. Don't worry. The argument will blow over by tomorrow. Pull off, succeed in doing something difficult. She pulled off an amazing performance in the play. They pulled off the heist without being caught. Take off, become successful, or leave the ground. Her career really took off after her first big project. The plane took off smoothly from the runway. Pull over, stop a vehicle by the side of the road. The police officer signaled him to pull over. She had to pull over because her car broke down. See through, understand the truth, or finish something. I can see through his lies easily. She promised to see through the project to completion. Fall apart, break into pieces, or become emotionally unstable. The old chair fell apart when I sat on it. She began to fall apart after hearing the bad news. Keep away, maintain a distance. Please keep away from the wet paint. The sign warns people to keep away from the edge. Hold on, wait, or grasp tightly. Could you hold on for a moment while I check? She held onto the railing for support. Let off, release, or not punish. The teacher let off the students early today. He was let off with just a warning for speeding. Drag on, continue for too long. The discussion dragged on well into the evening. His speech dragged on and people started to leave. Move on, leave behind, or progress. After the breakup, she decided to move on with her life. Let's move on to the next item on the agenda. Jump in, join quickly, or interrupt. She jumped in to help with the cleanup. He jumped in before anyone else could answer. English phrasal verbs, meanings and examples, Volume 4. Pass away, die. His grandfather passed away last year. The old traditions seem to be passing away. Show up, arrive. She didn't show up for the meeting. The package finally showed up yesterday. Cut back, reduce. We need to cut back on unnecessary expenses. He decided to cut back on sugar to improve his health. Call off, cancel. They had to call off the wedding due to bad weather. The manager called off the meeting at the last minute. Count on, rely on. You can always count on me for help. They're counting on you to lead the project. Talk over, discuss. Let's talk over your concerns before making a decision. We need to talk over the plan with the team. Carry on, continue. Despite the setback, they decided to carry on with the project. She told me to carry on with my work while she stepped out. Find out, discover. I just found out about the surprise party. She found out the truth after a long investigation. Let in, allow entry. Please let in the delivery person. They refused to let in anyone without a ticket. Look after, care for. She stays home to look after her children. Could you look after my plants while I'm away? Let down, disappoint. He promised to help but let me down at the last moment. Don't let down your team by not trying your best. Join in, participate. Everyone was encouraged to join in the fun. Would you like to join in the discussion? Give up, stop trying. He decided to give up smoking for his health. Don't give up on your dreams, no matter how hard it gets. Sit down, take a seat. Please sit down and make yourself comfortable. He asked everyone to sit down before starting the presentation. Hold on, wait or grip. Can you hold on for a moment while I check? She held on tightly to the rope during the climb. Take apart, dismantle. He likes to take apart old gadgets to see how they work. The kids took apart the toy car and couldn't put it back together. Put up with, tolerate. I don't know how she puts up with the noise in the city. They had to put up with poor conditions during the trip. Drop by, visit briefly. I'll drop by your office later to pick up the files. She dropped by to say hello on her way to the store. Look into, investigate. The police are looking into the cause of the accident. We'll need to look into this issue further before deciding. Run over, exceed or hit. The meeting ran over by 10 minutes. Be careful crossing the road so you don't get run over. Do away with, eliminate. They decided to do away with the outdated equipment. The new policy will do away with unnecessary paperwork. Clean up, tidy or remove. We need to clean up the room before our guests arrive. She cleaned up the spilled juice quickly. Show off, try to impress. He likes to show off his new car to everyone. Stop showing off and focus on the task at hand. Get ahead, make progress. Hard work is the only way to get ahead in your career. She's always trying to get ahead in her studies. Put aside, save or ignore. They decided to put aside their differences and work together. He's been putting aside money for his vacation. Stick with, continue with. If you stick with this workout plan, you'll see results. I'll stick with my original idea for now. Do up, fasten or renovate. Could you help me do up my dress? They plan to do up the old house before selling it. Take over, assume control. He will take over as manager next month. The company plans to take over its smaller competitor. Figure on, expect or plan. They figured on finishing the project early. We'll need to figure on extra expenses for the trip. Take out, remove or invite. She took out the trash before leaving. He offered to take her out for dinner. Go over, review or examine. Let's go over the details one more time before we finalize. The teacher went over the homework with the students. Bring back, return or recall. Please bring back the books you borrowed. This old photo brings back so many memories. Blow up, explode or inflate. The balloon blew up when he added too much air. Don't blow up at me, it wasn't my fault. Back up, support, or reverse. I'll back you up if anyone questions your decision. You need to back up your car to let them pass. Turn up, arrive, or increase. He didn't turn up for the meeting. Can you turn up the volume? I can't hear. Work on, focus on improving. She's working on her public speaking skills. He needs to work on his math before the exam. Come across, find by chance. I came across an old diary while cleaning the attic. She comes across as very confident during interviews. Zip up, close with a zipper. Don't forget to zip up your jacket. It's cold outside. He asked me to zip up his backpack before we left. Pick up, collect, or improve. Can you pick up the kids from school today? Her health started to pick up after the treatment. Turn down, reject, or reduce. He turned down the job offer because it didn't pay well. Could you turn down the music? It's too loud. Keep down, control, or reduce. Please keep down the noise. People are trying to study. He's struggling to keep down his food after the surgery. Take back, retract, or return. I'll take back my words if they offended you. She wants to take back the shoes because they don't fit. Make up, invent, or reconcile. He likes to make up funny stories for his kids. After their argument, they decided to make up and move on. Put off, delay, or discourage. They had to put off the meeting until next week. Don't let criticism put you off from pursuing your goals. Set up, establish, or arrange. We need to set up the chairs for the meeting. They've decided to set up a new business together. Pass out, faint, or distribute. She almost passed out from the heat. They passed out flyers to promote the event. Keep away, stay at a distance. Please keep away from the wet paint. The dog keeps away from the new cat in the house. Stand by, support, or be ready. I'll stand by you no matter what happens. The firefighters are standing by in case of an emergency. Turn down, reject, or decrease. She turned down the invitation to focus on her studies. Can you turn down the heat? It's too warm in here. Workout, exercise or resolve. She goes to the gym to work out every morning. They're trying to work out their financial problems. Eat out, dine at a restaurant. We decided to eat out instead of cooking dinner. How often do you eat out during the week? Send off, dispatch, or farewell. I need to send off this package before noon. They held a party to send off their friend who's moving abroad. Get through, finish, or survive. He's trying to get through a pile of paperwork. We'll get through this difficult time together. Carry out, perform, or complete. The scientists will carry out experiments in the lab. He's responsible for carrying out the project. Run across. Discover by chance. I ran across an old friend at the market yesterday. She ran across a rare book while browsing the shelves. Hold back, restrain or prevent. She had to hold back her tears during the speech. Don't let fear hold you back from achieving your dreams. Get by, manage with difficulty. They're struggling to get by on a tight budget. Even with limited resources, she manages to get by. Put down, criticize or suppress. It's unkind to put someone down in front of others. The rebellion was put down quickly by the authorities. Move on, progress, or start anew. After the setback, they decided to move on and try again. It's time to move on from past mistakes. Add up, make sense, or calculate. His explanation doesn't add up. Something seems off. Can you add up these numbers for me? Go off, explode or stop working. The bomb went off with a loud bang. My alarm didn't go off this morning, so I was late. Drop off, deliver or fall asleep. Can you drop off the package on your way to work? He dropped off during the boring lecture. Run out of. Use all of something. We've run out of milk, so we need to buy more. She ran out of patience with her noisy neighbors. Use up. Consume all of something. Don't use up all the sugar. I need some for baking. They've used up most of their vacation days. Come down with, become sick with. I think I'm coming down with a cold. He came down with the flu and had to stay home. Run into, encounter unexpectedly. I ran into my teacher at the grocery store. Be careful. You might run into problems with this plan. Come along, progress or accompany. The project is coming along nicely. Would you like to come along to the park with us? Keep up. Maintain pace or progress. She walks so fast I can't keep up with her. He's trying to keep up with the latest trends. Go after, pursue or try to achieve. He's determined to go after his dreams. The dog went after the ball as soon as it was thrown. Make out, distinguish or understand. I can't make out what he's saying, it's too noisy. They could barely make out the distant figure in the fog. Move in. Start living in a new place. They're planning to move in next month. We moved in last week and are still unpacking. Check in, register or report arrival. Don't forget to check in at the front desk. They checked in online before their flight. Give out, distribute or stop working. The teacher gave out the test papers to the class. After hours of hiking, his legs gave out from exhaustion. Come around, visit or change opinion. Why don't you come around for dinner sometime? She'll come around to our way of thinking eventually. Back out, withdraw from an agreement. He promised to help, but then backed out at the last minute. Don't back out now, we're counting on you. Work out, exercise, or find a solution. She goes to the gym to work out every day. We need to work out a plan before the deadline. Break in, enter by force, or interrupt. Thieves tried to break in last night but failed. Sorry to break in, but I have an important announcement. Wear out, become exhausted or damaged. I've been working all day and I'm completely worn out. These shoes are worn out. I need a new pair. Wake up, become alert or stop sleeping. I usually wake up at 6 a.m. every day. The loud noise woke up everyone in the building. Break down, analyze, or stop functioning. Let me break down the process into simpler steps. My car broke down on the highway yesterday. Hang on. Wait or hold something tightly. Hang on for a moment. I'll be right back. He hung on to the rope to avoid falling. Pass up, decline, or miss an opportunity. Don't pass up this chance to learn something new. She couldn't pass up the opportunity to study abroad. Warm up, prepare, or increase temperature. Athletes need to warm up before exercising. I'll warm up the soup for lunch. Turn around, change direction or improve. The car had to turn around after missing the exit. The company is trying to turn around its financial situation. Break up, end a relationship or separate. They decided to break up after years of dating. The crowd broke up after the concert ended. Act up, behave badly, or not work properly. The kids started to act up when the teacher left the room. My computer is acting up again. I might need to repair it. Boil down to, be the main reason or point. His argument boils down to a lack of evidence. The decision boils down to what's best for everyone. Come up with, think of an idea or solution. We need to come up with a new marketing strategy. She came up with a brilliant solution to the problem. Head off, prevent something from happening. The police managed to head off the protest before it started. He left early to head off any traffic delays. Make out, see or hear clearly or understand. I can barely make out the text, it's too small. She couldn't make out what he was saying over the phone. Brush up on, improve knowledge of something. I need to brush up on my Spanish before the trip. He's brushing up on his math skills for the exam. Fill in, substitute or complete information. Can you fill in for me while I'm away? Please fill in the form with your details. Fall apart, break into pieces or lose control. The old chair started to fall apart after years of use. She fell apart emotionally after hearing the bad news. Keep up with, stay at the same level or speed. He runs so fast that it's hard to keep up with him. I'm trying to keep up with the latest trends in technology. Lay off, stop employing, or stop doing something. The company had to lay off several employees due to budget cuts. You should lay off junk food if you want to stay healthy. Stick to, continue doing something, or follow a rule. Let's stick to the plan and not change anything last minute. If you want to succeed, you need to stick to your goals. Fall for, be tricked by, or develop romantic feelings. Don't fall for that scam. It's too good to be true. She's completely fallen for her new co-worker. Run over, exceed or hit. The meeting ran over by 30 minutes. Be careful not to run over the cat when backing up. Look after, care for. Who will look after the kids while you're at work? He has to look after his elderly parents. Take over, assume control. She plans to take over the family business. English phrasal verbs, meanings and examples. Volume 5. Give up, quit. Don't give up on your dreams. She decided to give up smoking. Hold on, wait. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. Please hold on while I check the information. Put off, delay. We had to put off the meeting until next week. Don't put off your homework until the last minute. Go over, review. Let's go over the plan before we start. The teacher will go over the homework answers in class. Set up, arrange. I'll set up the meeting for tomorrow. They need to set up the equipment for the event. Call off, cancel. They had to call off the concert due to bad weather. He decided to call off the trip last minute. Back up, support. I'll back up your idea in the meeting. Always have a backup plan in case something goes wrong. Pass up, decline. Don't pass up this great opportunity. She passed up the chance to go on vacation. Fall behind, lag. He started to fall behind in his studies. If you don't keep up, you'll fall behind in class. Keep up, maintain. She can keep up with the best in her field. We need to keep up the hard work to succeed. Bring up, mention. She didn't bring up the issue during the meeting. I'll bring up the topic at the next discussion. Work on, focus on. I need to work on my presentation for tomorrow. He's working on improving his English. Fill out, complete. Please fill out the form and return it by Friday. She took her time to fill out the job application. Carry on, continue. Carry on with your work while I'm away. He told me to carry on despite the distractions. Bring about, cause. The new law will bring about significant changes. Her actions brought about a major improvement in the company. Cut out, eliminate. You need to cut out the negative thoughts. They decided to cut out unnecessary expenses. Set aside, reserve. He set aside some money for the future. You should set aside time each day for study. Give in, surrender. After hours of negotiation, he finally gave in. Don't give in to peer pressure. Keep from, prevent. She couldn't keep from laughing at the joke. The rain didn't keep us from going outside. Bring down, reduce. They need to bring down the prices to attract more customers. The new policy will bring down the crime rate. Let in, allow entry. Please let me in, it's cold outside. Don't let in the dog, it's muddy. Hang up, end a call. She hung up the phone after the conversation ended. Please don't hang up until I've finished talking. Run out of, deplete. We ran out of milk, so I need to go to the store. He ran out of excuses for not finishing the project. Throw away, discard. Don't throw away that old book, it might be useful later. She decided to throw away the broken lamp. Let down, disappoint. I'm sorry to let you down, but I can't attend the meeting. He promised not to let me down. Take after, resemble. She takes after her mother in looks and personality. He didn't take after his father in terms of sports. Give out, distribute. They will give out flyers for the event. The teacher gave out the test papers. Turn off, deactivate. Please turn off the lights when you leave. Don't forget to turn off your phone during the movie. Look after, care for. She looks after her younger brother. They hired someone to look after the pets while they were away. Hang out, spend time. I like to hang out with my friends on weekends. We often hang out at the mall after school. Wake up, become alert. I usually wake up at 7 a.m. every day. The loud noise woke me up in the middle of the night. Work through, resolve. We need to work through the challenges together. She worked through her problems with the help of therapy. Put up with, tolerate. I can't put up with his behavior any longer. She had to put up with the noise during the event. Drop by, briefly. I'll drop by your office tomorrow to say hi. We decided to drop by for a quick visit. Look into, investigate. The police will look into the case further. I'll look into that issue and get back to you. Come up with, think of. He came up with a brilliant idea for the project. I'm trying to come up with a solution to the problem. Make up for, compensate. I will make up for my mistake by working harder. He promised to make up for his absence. Hold out, offer, or last. The store will hold out the sale for another week. She held out hope for a better outcome. Lay off, stop employing. Due to budget cuts, they had to lay off some employees. The company plans to lay off workers next month. Fall apart, disintegrate. The old chair fell apart after years of use. After hearing the news, she fell apart emotionally. Stand out, be noticeable. His performance really stood out at the competition. The bright red dress made her stand out in the crowd. Run off, escape or print. The criminal ran off before the police arrived. She ran off a copy of the report for everyone. Come by, obtain or visit. It's hard to come by good help these days. I'll come by your place later this evening. Take up, begin or occupy. He decided to take up painting as a hobby. The new furniture took up too much space in the room. Show off, display proudly. He loves to show off his new car. She was showing off her award to everyone. Put down, insult or write. He tried to put me down during the meeting. Don't put down the answers yet. Wait for instructions. Turn down, refuse, reject. He turned down the job offer because of the salary. She turned down the invitation to the party. Take off, ascend or remove. The plane will take off in 10 minutes. Please take off your shoes before entering the house. Run across, find by chance. I ran across an old friend at the store yesterday. He ran across some interesting information online. Break into, enter forcibly. Someone tried to break into our house last night. They had to break into the room because the door was locked. Give away, donate or reveal. They decided to give away their old clothes to charity. She accidentally gave away the surprise during the conversation. Call for, require or demand. This situation calls for immediate action. The job calls for excellent communication skills. Work out, exercise or solve. I like to work out at the gym every morning. We need to work out a solution to the problem. Look forward to, anticipate. I'm really looking forward to the weekend. She's looking forward to meeting her friends after a long time. Wake up to, become aware of. He woke up to the reality of the situation. I woke up to the sound of birds chirping outside. Keep up with, stay informed or maintain. It's hard to keep up with the latest news. He struggled to keep up with his studies after missing classes. Break up, end a relationship. They decided to break up after 5 years of dating. It was difficult for him to break up with her. Make up, invent or reconcile. She likes to make up stories to entertain her friends. After the argument, they decided to make up and move on. Back off, withdraw or reduce. Please back off, I need some space. The company had to back off from its previous plans. Add on, include additionally. We decided to add on another room to the house. They will add on extra features to the product soon. Take in, absorb or understand. It was hard to take in all the information during the meeting. He took in the beautiful view of the sunset. Pass out, faint or distribute. He passed out from exhaustion after the marathon. The teachers passed out the test papers to the students. Keep away, stay at a distance. Keep away from the fire, it's dangerous. They asked the children to keep away from the dog. Catch up, reach the same level. I need to catch up on my reading for class. After a long absence, it was nice to catch up with my old friends. Get around, overcome or travel. He managed to get around the traffic by taking side streets. They got around the problem by finding a creative solution. Keep in touch, maintain contact. Don't forget to keep in touch after you move. We've been able to keep in touch thanks to social media. Look up, search for information. I need to look up the definition of this word. She decided to look up some travel tips online. Throw out, discard, or force out. Please throw out the old magazines. He was thrown out of the event for misbehaving. Blow off, dismiss, or release air. He decided to blow off the meeting and go to the beach instead. The balloon blew off into the sky when we let go of it. Settle for, accept something less. She didn't want to settle for second best. After searching for a long time, they decided to settle for a smaller house. Make out, understand, or discern. I couldn't make out what he was saying from across the room. They made out the faint outline of a figure in the distance. Settle down, become stable or calm. After years of traveling, they decided to settle down in a small town. She's looking for a place to settle down and start a family. Come across, find unexpectedly. I came across an interesting article on the internet today. He came across some old photos while cleaning out the attic. Check into, investigate, or register. I will check into the details and let you know. The hotel clerk asked me to check into my room after 3 p.m. Come forward, offer help or information. The witness came forward with important information about the case. He came forward to apologize for his actions. Turn around, change direction or improve. The company is trying to turn around its financial situation. They had to turn around when they realized they had taken the wrong road. Run into, bump into or encounter unexpectedly. I ran into an old friend at the grocery store. She ran into some problems with her project. English phrasal verbs, meanings and examples, Volume 6. Hang on, wait. Hang on, I'll be right with you. Hang on for a moment while I check the details. Hold on, wait. Hold on, let me finish this task first. Hold on, the train will be here in a minute. Put off delay. We decided to put off the meeting until next week. He put off going to the doctor for months. Get by, manage. It's hard, but I get by with a small budget. She doesn't earn much, but she manages to get by. Run away, flee. The dog tried to run away but was caught quickly. She wanted to run away from her problems. Set up, arrange. I'll set up the meeting for tomorrow morning. They set up the equipment for the event. Put away, store. Don't forget to put away the groceries after you're done. He put away all his tools in the garage. Hold on to your hat. It's windy outside. She held on to her dreams despite the challenges. Back up, support. I can always count on you to back me up in tough situations. His claims were backed up by solid evidence. Call up, contact. I'll call you up later to confirm the details. He decided to call up his friend to ask for advice. Take out, remove. Can you take out the trash before you leave? She took out a loan to buy a new car. Take off, ascend. The plane will take off in a few minutes. She took off her jacket as the weather warmed up. Come over, visit. Why don't you come over for coffee later? He decided to come over and check out the new place. Draw up, prepare. I'll draw up the contract and send it to you. The lawyer drew up the documents for the case. Get over, recover. It took him a while to get over the flu. She was struggling to get over the breakup. Keep up, maintain. Keep up the good work and you'll succeed. You need to keep up with the pace if you want to finish on time. Make out, discern. I can barely make out the words in this handwriting. She couldn't make out the shape in the distance. Turn up, increase. Can you turn up the volume? I can't hear anything. He didn't turn up for the meeting on time. Move on, progress. It's time to move on to the next chapter. After the incident, they decided to move on and forget about it. Turn down, refuse. She decided to turn down the job offer. I had to turn down the invitation because of a prior commitment. Go ahead, proceed. Feel free to go ahead with the plan. We were given the green light to go ahead with the project. Keep on, continue. Keep on studying and you'll improve your skills. They decided to keep on working through the night. Carry out, perform. They will carry out the experiment tomorrow. He carried out the instructions to the letter. Set aside, reserve. Set aside some money for emergencies. She set aside her personal feelings for the sake of the team. Bring about, cause. His actions will likely bring about major changes in the company. The new policy is expected to bring about improvements in productivity. Give in, surrender. After hours of negotiation, he finally gave in to their demands. She didn't want to give in to the pressure. Run into, encounter. I ran into an old friend at the store yesterday. He ran into some trouble while traveling abroad. Cut down on, reduce. She's trying to cut down on sugar in her diet. We need to cut down on our expenses this month. Let in, allow entry. Can you let me in? I forgot my keys. They didn't let in the reporters at the event. Run out of, deplete. We've run out of milk. Can you buy some? They ran out of time before they could finish the project. Hang up, end a call. She quickly hung up the phone after the argument. Don't hang up before I've finished talking. Back down, withdraw. He refused to back down from his position. After the heated debate, she finally backed down. Face up to, confront. It's time to face up to the reality of the situation. He had to face up to his mistakes and apologize. Look after, care for. She'll look after the kids while we're away. It's important to look after your health. Take after, resemble. She really takes after her mother in terms of looks. He takes after his father in his mannerisms. Turn off, deactivate. Don't forget to turn off the lights before you leave. The loud noise turned off everyone in the room. Let down, disappoint. I promise not to let you down again. He was afraid he might let down his teammates. Watch over, supervise. She agreed to watch over the children while they played outside. The parents are always there to watch over their kids. Work through, resolve. We need to work through our differences to move forward. She spent the evening working through her problems. Wake up, become alert. It took me a while to wake up after the long nap. He's always the first to wake up in the morning. Watch out, be cautious. Watch out for cars while crossing the street. Watch out. The floor is slippery. Keep up, stay informed. She likes to keep up with the latest trends. It's difficult to keep up with all the changes in technology. Drop in, visit briefly. Feel free to drop in any time. He decided to drop in on his friend after work. Run over, exceed or hit. The meeting ran over by 30 minutes. She accidentally ran over a squirrel while driving. Make up for, compensate. I'll try to make up for my mistake. You can't make up for lost time, but you can try to do better. Keep out, prevent entry. The sign clearly says, keep out. Please keep out of my personal matters. Fall apart, disintegrate. The book fell apart after years of being read. After hearing the news, she felt like her world was falling apart. Open up, reveal or start. He doesn't usually open up about his personal life. The museum will open up a new exhibit next month. Keep away, prevent entry. Keep away from the edge of the cliff. The dog was told to keep away from the food. Take up, begin or occupy. She decided to take up yoga to improve her flexibility. The new tenant took up the entire top floor. Drop off, deliver or fall. I will drop off the package at the post office. He dropped off to sleep right after the movie. Call on, visit or request. I will call on you later this evening. The teacher will call on you to answer the question. Hold up, delay or support. The rain held up the construction project. I'll hold up the structure while you fix it. Ask out, invite on a date. He asked her out to dinner last night. She's too shy to ask him out. Settle down, become stable. After years of traveling, he decided to settle down in one place. They've been together for 5 years and are planning to settle down soon. Let off, release, or excuse. They let off fireworks for the celebration. The teacher let off the students early because of the snowstorm. Break into, enter forcibly. Someone tried to break into the house last night. The police are investigating the break-in. Give away, donate or reveal. She decided to give away her old clothes to charity. Don't give away the surprise party. Back off, retreat or reduce. The dog growled and he told the kids to back off. I think we should back off and let them solve the issue themselves. Run into, meet unexpectedly. I ran into an old friend at the coffee shop. They ran into some technical issues during the presentation. Work out, exercise or solve. He likes to work out at the gym every morning. They need to work out a solution to this problem. Put up, display or tolerate. I will put up the decorations for the party. She had to put up with her noisy neighbors. Look forward to, anticipate. I look forward to meeting you next week. He's looking forward to his vacation. Check out, examine or leave. You should check out that new restaurant. It's amazing. We need to check out of the hotel by 11 a.m. Make up, invent or reconcile. He made up an excuse to avoid going to the meeting. After the argument, they decided to make up and move on. Break up, end a relationship. They decided to break up after 2 years of dating. She was heartbroken when they broke up. Pass out, faint or distribute. She passed out from exhaustion. They passed out flyers for the event. Fill in, complete or substitute. Can you fill in this form for me? She filled in for her colleague at the meeting. Break down, collapse or analyze. The car broke down on the way to the beach. Let's break down the report and discuss each section. Come out, published or appear. His new book will come out next month. The truth will eventually come out. Go through, examine or experience. She had to go through all the paperwork before signing. He went through a tough time last year. Get along, have a good relationship. They get along really well despite their differences. I don't get along with my boss. Come across, encounter unexpectedly. I came across a great book at the library. He came across as rude during the interview. Turn around, change direction, or improve. English Phrasal Verbs, Meanings and Examples, Volume 7. Business English Phrasal Verbs. Put off, delay. We had to put off the meeting until next week. The flight was put off due to bad weather. Hold off, delay. Let's hold off making a decision until we have more information. She held off answering the question until she was sure. Turn in, submit. You need to turn in your assignment by Friday. She turned in her resignation letter yesterday. Go over review. Let's go over the plan one more time before the meeting. She will go over the proposal to check for errors. Call off, cancel. The event was called off due to the storm. They decided to call off the meeting last minute. Ask for, request. He asked for help with the project. I need to ask for permission to leave early. Draw in, attract. The new advertising campaign drew in many customers. Her charm always seems to draw in a crowd. Look over, review. Can you look over the contract before we sign it? I will look over your presentation later today. Step down, resign. The CEO decided to step down after 10 years in the role. She stepped down from her position as manager last week. Pass on, transfer. He decided to pass on the information to the next person. I will pass on your message to the team. Turn down, reject. She turned down the job offer because of the salary. The company turned down the proposal for expansion. Work on, focus on. I need to work on my presentation for tomorrow. He is working on improving his skills. Iron out, resolve. We need to iron out the details before we sign the agreement. They ironed out the issues with the project. Scale up, increase. The company plans to scale up production next year. We need to scale up our marketing efforts. Hold on to, retain. Hold on to your tickets for the concert. She tried to hold on to her job, but it was difficult. Throw out, discard. Don't forget to throw out the old papers. They threw out the broken furniture. Bring about, cause. The new law will bring about major changes in the industry. His actions brought about the downfall of the company. Take back, retract. She had to take back her statement after realizing it was wrong. I want to take back what I said earlier. Cut out, eliminate. You should cut out the unhealthy snacks from your diet. We decided to cut out unnecessary expenses. Point out, indicate. He will point out the key areas during his presentation. I want to point out the main issues we need to address. Run into, encounter. I ran into an old friend at the supermarket. We ran into some problems during the project. Cut back on, reduce. You need to cut back on your spending. We are trying to cut back on our energy usage. Put up with, tolerate. I can't put up with the noise anymore. She had to put up with her colleague's attitude. Keep track of, monitor. It's important to keep track of your expenses. She keeps track of all her appointments in a planner. Look into, investigate. The authorities will look into the matter further. We need to look into other options before making a decision. Hold on, wait or retain. Hold on for a moment, I'll be right back. Please hold on to your receipt for returns. Make up for, compensate. I will try to make up for my mistake. They are working hard to make up for the lost time. Negotiate, discuss terms. The two companies are negotiating the terms of the deal. He had to negotiate his salary during the interview. End up, eventually reach. After many hours of walking, we ended up at the beach. They ended up choosing the red car over the blue one. Hold up, delay or support. The traffic held us up for an hour. This wall should hold up the roof. Run by, consult or review. I need to run this idea by my manager before proceeding. Let me run it by you to see if you agree with the plan. Take over, assume control. She will take over the project starting next month. The company decided to take over its competitor. Show up, appear or attend. He showed up late to the meeting. I didn't think she would show up to the party. Layout, present or design. The architect will lay out the new building design. She laid out the documents for everyone to see. Check in, report or update. Don't forget to check in at the front desk when you arrive. I'll check in with you later to see how it's going. Pick up, improve or collect. Sales have started to pick up after the launch. Can you pick up some groceries on your way home? Work out, solve or exercise. We need to work out the details of the contract. I like to work out at the gym every morning. Fill out, complete a form. Please fill out this form before your appointment. She filled out the job application yesterday. Set up, arrange, establish. We need to set up the meeting for next week. They will set up a new branch in the city. Give up, surrender, quit. Don't give up. You're doing great. After many attempts, he finally gave up trying to fix the car. Give away, provide for free. The company decided to give away free samples to attract customers. He gave away his old clothes to charity. Break down, analyze or fail. Let's break down the budget into smaller sections. The car broke down on the way to the airport. Run through, review quickly. We should run through the presentation one more time. Let me run through the steps before we start. Make up, invent or reconcile. She loves to make up stories to entertain her friends. After the argument, they decided to make up and move on. Clear up, resolve or explain. The weather should clear up by the afternoon. I'll clear up the misunderstanding with her. Follow up, continue or check. I'll follow up with you next week to see how things are going. Don't forget to follow up on that email. Get ahead, advance progress. He works hard to get ahead in his career. We need to get ahead on this project before the deadline. Carry out, execute or perform. The team is carrying out the final checks before the product launch. The workers carried out the repairs quickly. Sort out, organize, or resolve. We need to sort out the details of the event. He sorted out the issue with his account. Lay off, terminate employment. The company had to lay off several employees due to budget cuts. They were laid off during the recession, closed down, shut a business. The restaurant decided to close down after 10 years. They had to close down their operations in the city. Take on, accept responsibility. He decided to take on the project despite the challenges. She's willing to take on more work if necessary. Turn around. improve, change. The company was able to turn around its fortunes in just a year. We need to turn around the situation before it gets worse. Put together, assemble, create. He put together a great presentation for the conference. They put together a team to handle the project. Catch up, reach the same level. We need to catch up on the work we missed. Let's catch up soon over coffee. Make out, discern or understand. I can barely make out what she's saying because of the noise. He didn't make out the handwriting on the note. Come up with, create or generate. She came up with a brilliant idea for the campaign. We need to come up with a solution to the problem. Back up, support or create a copy. I always back up my files to avoid losing them. He backed up his argument with strong evidence. Go through, examine or experience. We need to go through the data to identify the problem. She went through a lot during that difficult time. Keep up, maintain or stay informed. It's hard to keep up with the latest trends in technology. He's trying to keep up with his studies despite the challenges. Break even, neither profit nor loss. The company is hoping to break even this year. After all the expenses, we just broke even. Bring up, mention, introduce a topic. I didn't want to bring up the issue during the meeting. She brought up the idea of a team-building event. Bring in, generate income revenue. The new product is expected to bring in a lot of revenue. This partnership will bring in more clients. Get by, manage with limited resources. We can get by on this budget, but it's tight. How do you get by without a car? Keep up with, stay informed, or maintain. It's hard to keep up with the fast-paced news cycle. She manages to keep up with all the latest fashion trends. Take advantage of, use to one's benefit. They took advantage of the sale and bought a new phone. We should take advantage of the nice weather and go hiking. Settle for, accept something less ideal. He didn't find his dream job, so he had to settle for something less. They settled for a cheaper option after the expensive ones were out of their budget. Get ahead, advance, progress. He works hard to get ahead in his career. She's determined to get ahead by learning new skills. Back off, withdraw or reduce. The manager told him to back off and let the team handle it. She had to back off when she realized she was pushing too hard. Add on. Include additionally. You can add on extra toppings to your pizza for a small fee. They decided to add on a few more days to their vacation. Take in, absorb or understand. It's hard to take in all the information at once. I need a moment to take in what just happened. Pass out, faint or distribute. She passed out after standing up too quickly. The volunteers passed out food to the homeless. Keep away. Stay at a distance. You should keep away from the construction site. Please keep away from the animals in the zoo. Catch up. Reach the same level. I need to catch up on my work after being off sick. Let's catch up over lunch tomorrow. Get around, overcome or travel. He managed to get around the traffic jam by taking a detour. It's easy to get around the city using public transport. Keep in touch, maintain contact. We've been able to keep in touch despite living in different countries. Don't forget to keep in touch with your family. Look up, search for information. I'll look up the address online and send it to you. He decided to look up the definition of the word in the dictionary. Throw out, discard or force out. I need to throw out these old clothes that I never wear. The manager had to throw out the proposal because it didn't meet the standards. Blow off, dismiss or release air. He blew off the meeting to go on vacation. The wind was so strong, it blew off my hat. Settle for. Accept something less than desired. He had to settle for a lower salary at his new job. She settled for the second-hand car because the new one was too expensive. Make out, discern or understand. I couldn't make out the handwriting on the note. Can you make out what's written on the map? Settle down, become stable or calm. After traveling for years, they decided to settle down in a small town. The children were finally able to settle down after the excitement. Come across, encounter, or find unexpectedly. I came across an interesting article while browsing the internet. She came across as very confident during her presentation. Check into, investigate, or register. We need to check into the details of the complaint. I'll check into the hotel after my flight lands. Come forward. Offer help or information. The police are asking anyone with information to come forward. Several witnesses have come forward to testify. Turn around, change direction or improve. The company was able to turn around its financial situation in a year. After a slow start, the project turned around and became a success. Run into, bump into, encounter unexpectedly. I ran into an old friend at the supermarket today. We ran into some difficulties during the project, but managed to overcome them. Look into, investigate. The company is going to look into the issue. She promised to look into the problem as soon as possible. Put off, delay. I had to put off the meeting until next week. Don't put off your homework for too long. Hold on, wait or retain. Hold on, I'll be right with you. She held on to the rope tightly. Go over, review. Let's go over the details before the presentation. We need to go over the report to check for errors. Call off, cancel. They decided to call off the event due to the rain. The boss had to call off the meeting because of an emergency. Ask for, request. She asked for help with her homework. Don't be afraid to ask for directions if you're lost. Turn in, submit. Please turn in your assignments by Friday. I turned in my application yesterday. Pick up, collect, or improve. I'll pick up the kids from school. Sales are expected to pick up in the next quarter. Take out, remove. He took out the trash before leaving. She took out a loan to start her business. Check out, examine or leave. You should check out that new movie, it's really good. After the conference I had to check out of the hotel. Fill out, complete a form. Please fill out this form with your details. He forgot to fill out the application before submitting it. Make up for, compensate. She promised to make up for her mistake by working harder. They wanted to make up for lost time after the delay. Break down, analyze.